I'm going to back up something I said at the weekend.
Wait. Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, the big fella, that is the Scruffy Trader. What I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do click that little subscribe button. And if you're inspired with trading, crack the like. And if you want to see some more, turn on the bell icon and drop in the description and find my Twitter feeds. So what's the big fella banging on about? What's he done on Saturday that's influencing today? Well, today's Monday. It's currently 7:15 in the morning. One of the things that I do, I don't like trading opens, as many of you know, and I don't particularly like trading any open. Now, there is a European open at 7 a.m, so what I like to do is let the first candle close, normally the 15-minute, but certainly the first 5 minutes. And then I'll sort of make a little decision. Well, I've made a decision this morning, and it is gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick the screen on, and I'm going to explain what I've been up to, because the order's just been triggered. So as you can see, this is a different platform to what you normally see. And that's because on my wage account, it trades spot gold, and it's quite slow moving, although I will be looking at it there as well. But that's for the swing trades. But when I'm doing a day trade on gold, I will come to my MT5 platform. And if you're interested in MT5, which is one of the better meta traders, there is a couple of links down in the description there. My preferred one is BlackBull. It's one of the few brokers that offer decent leverage at this moment in time, but the execution's quick. So that's why I like to use it. And it also uses the same platform on the 5%ers, which is the prop firm that I use. So it's a good program, and I'll show you this one in just a second. So what's this got to do with the slice of bread? Well, before I take you through the trade, I'll kind of explain where the trade came from. Now, I'm a big believer in I don't see anything unless I've done it or I'm going to do it. Case in point, I've just opened up a second YouTube channel for fun. Why? Because sometimes people say, well, you've never had a Mercedes. Well, I have had a Mercedes. And they say, you haven't been to Thailand. Well, I have been to Thailand. So I opened up, because you'll be amazed how many numpties is out there that like sort of cross-examine everything you say.
Oh, make it stop.
So I like to back it up. That's kind of something that puts me aside. I'm not frightened to tell you that I've had good businesses and that business went tits up. And not only go tits up, it destroyed best part of my life. I'm quite open about it. And that's what keeps me calm, because I don't suppress it. I let it out. I kind of hold my heart on my sleeve, if you like. And it's something that I've always done. Because if you bottle things up, and I've done it as well, and if you bottle things up, it plays havoc with you. Let it go. And that's kind of why I'm an open book. But if you're interested, here's the scruffy adventures of me and Wink. And as you can see, we've been. And then you can physically see where I've been, my cars and little bits and pieces, what I get up to. So it'd be good if you support that. Anyway, setting that aside, I also talk regular with the Scruffy Squad. Now, the Scruffy Squad, if you don't know, is the group that I moderate. And within it, and I'll not pull the figures up and things like that, Charlie took a bit of a punch on gold. And she's been doing really well, and I'm sure we'll get back on the horse. I'm positive of that. But what I said was, do something at the weekend to help. And that help is gold. So I've done the markup on both IG. Now IG is spot, which is very slow, which is why I'm on the MT5. But I also did it for what we're looking at right now. And this is the full breakdown of what I'm about to do right now. Okay. And why? Because I think it's only fair, you know. So now I'm going to follow that up and trade it. And that's the way forward. Now we'll put the strengths in this morning. Straight away, that was 6:30 this morning. And then I've dropped in the bias, which is at 7 o'clock. So I just needed to wait. It was telling me to trade it on a sell, and it's B. B means good. I grade these from A down to F. A is excellent. F, don't even consider it. Well, I don't consider anything past A and B, to be honest. Keeps my consistency. So what's going on with this? Well, dropped 1.5 lots on it. And if we drop this out to the hour, just like so, I think my head might be in the way. Just a second. Just change that slightly. There we go. What we can see is I like a Bollinger Band for a simple reason. It has a moving average running through the middle of it. So I don't need to clutter my charts up. It can also show me stretch points. You know, are they definitive? No. But are they clues? Definitely. So I definitely like a Bollinger Band. All right? And it can show you volatility within the market as well. Why is that? Well, you can see when it crunches up like a sausage, there isn't any volatility because it's very tight. And sure enough, as you look at the market here, you can kind of see it isn't doing anything. But when it flares out there and there is a move. So I like a crushed market. Why do I like a crushed market? Because if you can imagine a coiled spring being pushed in together, eventually it can't hold on to the pressure and it explodes and it goes and it does this. And that explosion is quite quick, you know, as you can see here. All right, so that's something else you can work with. Now, also, it works the other way because when it flares right out and it starts closing on the outside of it, it can't hold on to the pressure going that way and it snaps back. So it's actually a very, very good tool. All right. But today I'm looking at this moving average here. Okay. And why is that interesting me? Because it's a 20. And a 20 moving average, if you saw the video about targeting, I highlighted how important it is. It's incredibly important. So that's got my eye on this. And then obviously you need your target, your levels in, which is here. And I have them as solid support and resistance and then hypothetical levels that I think the market will react at. And that's what the dotted lines are. And then finally, I have a fib that runs through it to help marry up where my levels are. And in this case, they're lining up cock on, you know, it's bang on. So even if I go out to the 4 hour and I start having a look at this, what can I see? Well, I can see that gold's actually on a downward move. Yes, there's been a reprieve. We've got a hammer here, which has failed at this level, failed at this sort of hypothetical level on the outside of the Bollinger. And if it's pushing from the outside of the Bollinger and it's going to collapse like I've just been saying, its first port of call is going to be this moving average, right? Okay, so that's the big picture. What's the intermediate picture? Well, the intermediate picture is there is the strong drive, which it probably can't hang on to because we're seeing signs of a lot of red coming into the market. It's going to have to relax. If it's relaxing, it needs to be on the underside of the 20, which it is. needs to be on the underside of levels. Well, it's underside 2 here that you can see. It's already triggering a 23.6. Good to go. Let the candle close, make certain the price comes to me, and we had our first order on there. It's picked up the next one, and we're going to run it down to here, which is the 38.2. Now, if I go back to the 4 hour, why would I be targeting the 38.2? Because it's the first roadblock between that moving average and the price. Pocket of air. Simple stuff. All right. And then all you need to do is just come down onto your 15-minute chart. Whoop, get that back slightly. 15-minute chart. There we go. That goes thumping down. Closes. Watch. There is the next candle showing you, and then you just do a candle count to kind of figure out roughly where you want to be. You know, if I just tighten this up a little bit so you can see it. So it comes underneath, and then round this area is a nice logical point, and you can see everything is pushing down. Simple trade. So what I'll do is I'll leave the camera running, and we'll see if it's good, bad, or indifferent. What we at the minute? Well, we're at a £5 loss at the moment. So we'll just let this run. Look to get 200 quid ish, or 200. Yeah, 200 will do. Get 200 on this. I'll be quite happy. So let me run it, and I'll catch you at the end. Okay guys, I need the camera to do some work for the scruffs. It's taken a bit longer than I thought to play out this one, but it's doing just what I want. It looks bad on a 5-minute chart when you see it massively away, but when you actually look at it on an hour's chart, which is where I work, it's neither here nor there. You know, it's just a normal candle. So sometimes you've got to be a bit careful about what you're looking at, you know, because if a minute chart, a 5-minute chart can exaggerate what you're looking at, whereas an hourly or a 15-minute, if you want to do a little bit faster, can show you actually what is going on. And as you can see there on the 1 hour, it's not lighting the world on fire. It's just jogging along in roughly a range, and it's sitting at the top of the range, so it's reasonable assumption to think it's going to come to the bottom. Simple stuff. Anyway, I picked this up this afternoon when I've finished the work for the scruffs, and I'll carry on with it.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys, it's getting late. It's 25 to 7 at night, and as you've seen at the beginning of this video, I started this very early this morning. Now it's into the night session. The markets just kind of chug along. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the camera down and things like that, and I'll look at it again about 9 o'clock before I turn in. And if it's ready, brilliant. I'll do a little synopsis about what's going on. And if it's not, I'll just let it run. Because at the minute, it's fine. You know, there's a high probability it's coming to the 50%. I'm allowing for the wider spreads as it comes into the night session. So just let it roll over. Snack it out. Job's done. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't. You know, we just sort of manage it the way it is. But all I know at this moment in time is I'm net positive, and that's all that matters. So I'll catch you after I've had something to eat and watched a bit of telly. So catch you in a bit.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys, I'll come back. I'm just going to have a quick look at gold, see how it got on overnight, and I might trade it a little bit more today. But in the meantime, let's have a quick look, because I've let it run through the morning. And there we go. There's no orders on the screen, so let's have a look, see if it's done anything. Yes, there's nothing running on the account, and it's dropped in another just shy of 600. I can live with that. Okay. So, what's the moral of this story? Well, gold is quite directional in what it does. So I'm happy to let it run. Now, it's jobbing along very well. I have it on a platform, if you bear with me and you want to see it, just so you can see how this is actually worked. Bear with me just a second. This is the dashboard for the account that I'm running. It started on the 12th, and since then, it's currently now the 26th. I've taken 35 trades, of which 33 of them are in the parameters here. And the 2 that are not, they're still profitable. They're just not within this section here. So that's sort of 35 for 35, but 33 are towards the performance factor, which is 1.8 at the moment. And I've still got 65 trades to do. So that's pretty good. And the balance has grown by 13 grand. So happy days. I can live with that. You live with that?
Definitely, yes.
You can live with that, can you?
I can, yes.
Okay.
Good job.
And if you want to see the deal tickets, I'll pull the deal tickets up just so you can see it. Just put that across. 35, that's the one that's just cashed out. 598, as you can see there. All the way down to here. Actually, I don't think you can see the top. I think my head's in the way. Just a second. I can adjust that. There you go. Just so you can see the top section. There it is there. That's the one that's just closed out. So you should be able to see the opening closes and the real-time deal tickets. Now, this account is predominantly a gold account, because I like to sort of, when I'm breaking up assets, sometimes I like to focus on a single asset and get to know it really well. And gold and cable is kind of what's on this one. So there you go. It was just something to show you that's a little bit different from my other account, and hopefully inspire you. And if you want to try the 5%ers, do go in the description. You will find a 5% discount link. And if there is prop in your mind, look at these guys. They're probably the only one that I put my name to. I am approached regular and offered money to promote various prop firms as long as I read their script. I don't do that. And if you ask the Scruffy Squad, I've shown them emails where I've basically told them to sort of sod off. My soul is not for sale. If I believe it, I'll promote it and I'll do it free. If I don't believe it, I won't have anything to do with it. I can't be any fairer than that. So, got any final words?
No, not from me.
Not from you?
No.
That was almost like a two Ronnie sketch, that one.
That's all we've got time for this evening, so it's good night from me. And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.
That's for my generation.
Told your age now.
Yeah.
You go, oh.
Shut up. we're gonna be having a bit of Markham and White. In fact, I'll show you a little clip because I made this because it made me laugh when a Popeye was having a bit of a dicky fit, and I needed to calm myself down. Hey, watch this. That is my favouriteest comedy sketch ever. When I was a kid, I wet myself, and here I am, 52-year-old, and I still laugh at it. Oldies is better. You're quite good, aren't you? You're oldie.
I'm not oldie. Thanks.
I better sign off now. She's going to kill me. Right. So as always, boys and girls, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love. Then the money will follow. See you all in the next one.